I'm back out on the road and hitting those dealer forecourts. The motorhome and caravan show is now a distant memory, and the magic of the marketing machine is well behind us. This gives us an opportunity to stop and reflect on what really is going on, particularly with the British brands. Now we're back at home then, I'm going to share with you first off this week the October prices on the tracker that we have been putting together this year. I think what I'm seeing across most of the makes that I've been tracking is a levelling off, really. Most dealers are telling me that they have seen good used sales. They're trickling over, and some of the particular models on this tracker that we've put together show us that some are going through, and the overall number of used vehicles in the marketplace is less. So clearly they are being sold through, and that is something that's reflected on the forecourts as well. So the used market seems quite buoyant. Prices have settled a little bit through the year. Have they found their new normal? I'm not sure. And the reason I'm not sure is that there's still a heck of a lot for sale. So let's have a look at the tracker. There are two slides here I'm going to insert for you, and the first one shows the first three brands that we've been looking at. The notable shift though has been with Adria. We've seen a bit of a drop in some of those, and there are some good deals around. I'll drop in a slide here as well of a Adria that's for sale at Brownhills, that's gone below the £70,000 price point for a 2022 model. So we are seeing a bit of softening there. Quite a few have been kicking around for a little while on dealers with the Adrias, and there is quite a surplus of the new stuff that is being discounted. So I suspect that is starting with the Adrias to have an impact on the used prices too, because as the new unregistered stuff is being discounted, I think it's just pushing down. But that's not so much the case, as you can see on the slides, with Bailey and Eldis and Swift and so on. They've come down slightly through the year, and they're just sort of sitting there. So that brings me on to what's going to go on with the used market going forward. And this is my prediction, and it is just my prediction. I think as we go into the winter months, there's still quite a dearth of them for sale on forecourts. You can see them on Auto Trader. And as people are placing their orders for the new, there's going to be more used coming into stock. I think that could swell a little bit again. That could have a bit of a pressure down, along with the discounting that's been going on in the 2024 and 2025 models. That eventually is going to push down on more than some of the brands like the Adria I've just brought to life there. So I think used prices have got a little way to go. Certainly some of that stuff that's more than 10 years old has got a long way to go. I still maintain that the prices of some of those is just punching way above what they should be now, particularly when you're looking at 2010, 2011 models that are going to be 10, to 15 years old very soon. So what I'm going to insert next for you is a little look at some of the used vehicles I've seen. I've been out and about at Kimberley and at Grantham's this week, so I'm going to put some examples of some used stuff. Again, just to bring to life with a Bailey Autograph, a Series 2, I'm going to show you a little comparison between a 2018 and a 2019 and bring that to life for you as I show you those. And then a little look at some of the deals that are out there, some of the new stock that is being discounted, some of the stuff that dealers are trying to shift through. Remember, we are now post NEC. Now, whilst all the dealers have been screaming at you on social media during the NEC, day one, we're all here. Day two, look at our team. It's been quite loud this year, the dealers wanting to grab your attention. Numbers were down at the NEC this year, so less people were coming through the doors. Is that a sign of just the softening back? It'll be interesting to see how many were actually sold at the NEC. Some dealers were posting pics of people signing on the dotted line and popping the champagne in the NEC halls, but a lot are still giving some good deals and some good offers. Now they're back in their showrooms and forecourts. So I still think there's going to be a long way to go for some of them to shift and secure sales of the 2026. And all of that will come back round to there might be just too much stuff in the market in 2026. So that's my prediction. So stick with this video. I'll bring to life those used, those new, and we'll see what it shows us. So this is the Roller Team T-Line 590. This is on a 2020 at 49,995. On the Fiat Ducato on a manual. It's got this nice dinette, and it is the drop-down bed. Nice sunroof at the front. Kitchen with a duplex and a 3-burner hob. Sink. And then there's a washroom at the back with a separate shower. And a wardrobe that also opens up into the garage space. Thetford fridge freezer. Okay, another nice 4-berth with 4 travel seats with the drop-down bed, so more compact length motorhome. Quite nice and tidy this for 49,995 if you're a couple or a small family. It's in good order. So this is the Roller Team T-Line 700. It's a 2024 at 69,995. It is on the automatic Fiat Ducato. It's on the Fiat Ducato 9, so the previous generation. Nice dinette area just here. You can see 5 people around there nicely. Got a nice side kitchen. Thetford duplex. 3-burner hob, and then at the rear, look, you've got a lounge and a drop-down bed. The only thing with these always is an all-in-one washroom. You do get the Thetford fridge freezer again. Plenty of storage at the back there. A nice lounge at the rear. I am really fascinated by the quality of the presentation of the vehicles themselves. I've seen some in real poor condition. I've seen dirty vehicles, and these aren't ones with the awaiting preparation stickers in them. I've seen fridges that are mouldy. I've seen dirty ovens and cooker tops. I've seen vehicles that are 3 to 4 years old with peeling decals, scrappy exteriors, tatty inside, not hoovered, not cleaned, not presented well. And these are sitting on these forecourts with these punchy prices. And dealers, come on, you've got to do better than this. If you can't advertise your product well, and if you can't present them to a high standard, I then have the question about where are other corners being cut. Now, I know there's a pressure on the market. I know we've seen some of our well-loved dealers go. The economics of all that, I get. But you ain't going to sell any more if you walk into a motorhome and you're going to be turned off by it being dirty and not well presented at all. It's not all, but it is more common than you think, and it certainly puts me off wanting to look in some of those vehicles for any longer than I need to. So that's just another observation this week, that when I've looked at some vehicles and their price point, I just think, I'd want some money off for this because it's not as good a quality product as I think it should be. What do you think? Should these vehicles be well presented, spotless, spick and span, pretty much ready to drive away? Or do you accept that they come in and they put them straight on the forecourt? I know what I would expect, and we certainly don't get that with other products we buy, like cars, or if we're going out to buy a new kitchen or stuff from the supermarket. We want the best quality we can get. So, a bit disappointed by that. Is it a sign of the current market? Could do better, I think, is the phrase. Bailey Autograph 75.2. This was like our first motorhome. It's at 48,495. It's sitting on a Peugeot manual. Oven, grill, sink. It's on the French bed. A little corner washroom with a shower at the back. Lots of overhead lockers. Wardrobe. And the big Dometic fridge. Really mouldy, dirty inside. And at 48,995, this feels quite tatty and shabby. Is it really worth that money? I'm not convinced. So just to compare to the 2019 one we saw at Kimberley, this is a 2018 and it is £6,000 less. So this is at 42,995. So here at Grantham's, I'm inside this Joa Camp 2024 75T. So this is the twin bed arrangement. Now this currently has £10,000 off the list price at Grantham's. You can see here it's on a Citroen. Being a 2024, this is on the really old Peugeot Citroen Ducato cab. We had this in our 2019 Peugeot, this styling. So the cab bit is a bit dated, but this is quite a nice modern fresh motorhome inside. There's no Remis blinds on this because it is a more basic model, but you get this nice grey seating, these nice blue accents, lockers underneath this drop down bed. Does have 4 seat belts. Got a nice kitchen. There is no oven in this though, it is just a hob. I think a little 2-burner one from Dometic. You get the 2-way opening Dometic fridge freezer. A little bit of storage down here. Opposite the kitchen. And the drawers. But then this is a twin bed at the back. This is quite neat. good sized beds. But then you do get the all-in-one washroom. But the way it opens into this bedroom space is quite nice. So yeah, 59,500 at the minute for a Joa camp on a Citroen. So this is a 2025 McLuey Fusion 379. This is the island bed model. Last one they have here at Grantham's. It is 66,995. So there's £13,000 off. This 4-berth, 4-belted. Nice lounge area with big dining table. It's on the Fiat manual. So this is on the Ducato. So yeah, nice lounge space. Good kitchen with a duplex oven in this one. And a little 2-burner hob. You do get the Thetford fridge freezer. Nice space for your TV. So this has the mid washroom, shower room. Nice rear island bed with access underneath for storage. Wardrobes. There's a drop down bed above the lounge. And then your washroom. Not a brand we really know that well, the McLuey. So this is the Adamo 75-4i. This is the 2025, and again here at Grantham's this has got £5,000 off. But you can see the difference here to the Autograph, that's a bit more spacious at the front end and with the kitchen. What I do like with the Adamo though is that you do get the compressor fridge freezer, so great for touring in Europe. You still get this mid washroom, shower, and you do get an island bed that retracts, so that gives you the space at the back, as well as this separate washroom. But I do like that the Adamo comes with a window. Toilet's on a bit of a plinth though. So obviously the key thing with the Adamo is this comes on the Ford automatic. But a very nice refresh for the 2025 model. And clearly dealers have got some to shift towards the end of the season. So really interesting there, just looking at some of the deals that are on offer. Now, I'm going to do something different for the next 3 videos for you. I'm going to bring to life what's on offer for 2026 from Swift, Bailey and from Eldest Stroke Buccaneer. If you're in the know, you know they've split their range into 2. So I want to get under the skin of, are they really offering you something new? Are they really bringing some freshness to the market, or is it all a bit of smoke and mirrors? Because it is bothering me, and it's bothering me with the British brands, that they're not innovating enough, they're not developing enough, but there might be a backstory behind each one of them. So in the next 3 vlogs, there will be 3 separate brand spotlights on those manufacturers, looking at their 2026 models and really getting you to think about the price point, what they're offering, the real difference in the product for 2026, and whether you go after one of those 2025 unregistered stock, quite a few out there still, that might get you a better buy for pretty much the same motorhome in some cases. So tune into the next ones. Thank you for sticking with us this week. Hope you found that interesting again, and I look forward to joining you as we digest the British brands.